I will because it comes on right away. Hello, everybody. And this camera, this seems very bright and very wide today.
It's like it's doing justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, everyone's in the shot. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Horizontal Refreshments. And we're here, we're live, and we are back, and we're going to get into some good stuff. But of course, if you don't know, I am Jamal P.
I am Donnie Don Akeem, whichever you prefer.
And I'm Britt Brad, give a nigga a heart attack.
Yes.
Hey, Britt Brad, where is your drink at?
Oh, I meant to ask you to hand me a cup.
Okay.
My bad.
Like, she didn't went from 3 drinks on the last podcast to nothing.
Oh, I had 3 beers before I came. If that helps.
Oh, child. She done got started. Unfortunately, I just got off. This
These your libation?
is my first drink, so I'm trying to feel it because I'm tired as fuck.
Oh.
Honestly, I just worked a 12-hour
stress
shift.
reliever.
Mm-hmm. Yes, God.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, I guess the quick announcement: I am a iPhone user now.
I gotta save your number. I still have it. Add him to the group chat now.
Oh yeah, we gotta add him to the group chat.
This is my iPhone Pro Max, whatever that shit. iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Ooh,
Yes.
Screen chat.
You know, it's
Yes, God. I love the screen cover, honey.
yeah, and then has a little,
The hell?
Your
with the screen
camera.
cover? I'm talking about the picture.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I bought
like calling it different things.
I bought a screen protector and it came with a camera protector too, but this already had one on there, so I don't know if
Well, I'll be getting that
y'all don't have
phone.
the Pro Max.
No, I'll be getting that phone. Actually, I'll get that phone
New phone
the day
back.
I move, December 1st. I will have that phone.
I have an extra camera protector.
We'll see after I run up this check with this overtime I got.
Deposit your chick.
So how's y'all doing? What's up? How was Halloween weekend? I guess?
Very eventful Halloween weekend, honey. Friday night I had a bonfire, which was really fun. I think the next time I do it, I might have to do it a little bit longer because it's only 3 hours.
Oh,
It seemed like it was by the time everybody got there, we had like an hour and a half left, hour and some change.
wow.
So-
Put, ending time. I put like 9 till.
Well, I put an ending time because my dad wanted me to go somewhere very specific with him, and we didn't want to arrive too late. So it's like we need to kind of make sure we're there by like 10:30, 11.
Did y'all end up going?
Yeah. So I had to make sure it was over at 10 because I knew that everybody wasn't gonna leave right at 10 o'clock. So it was either like 10:30.
And that was Friday, right?
Yeah, that was Friday. That was fun. Maine popped out to pick his name, just to pick his name. I appreciated that so much. That was sweet.
Actually, he did want to come back out that night.
Oh yeah,
but-
he ended up texting me, but I didn't
Berto-
see it.
Well, he talked to me, but Berto was too drunk. Because the anticipation was for me, because you had plans, was knowing Berto, we was going somewhere after the bonfire, was my assumption. But he got so drunk, we didn't go nowhere.
Well, he must have texted me while he was out because I got a text from him at like 12:15,
definitely
telling me that he was on Water Street, and at which time I had already made it to.
He
This
ended
is
up
it.
going out with his cousin because I told him that me.
Who, Deshanti?
I don't know which cousin.
The one that we met?
I don't know which cousin.
I thought you maybe meant like you didn't know the person.
No.
to say.
I didn't ask
Okay.
at all. But yeah, he told me he was gonna end up going out with his cousin because I was like, baby, I'm at home. I'm sitting the hell down. Donnie had plans. Berto got drunk. I'm at the crib.
Yeah, Friday was fun, but I got super drunk on Friday night. So Saturday night, I was trying to take it a little easier, which ended up happening, even though I stayed out longer because I went to the set.
And it's
Which
like-
the set was packed. Yep. So I ended up running into one of my exes at This Is It. So we went to the set together, and no, it was what it was. It was.
Next, I actually
I
like.
would've went too. I feel like there were those times where I'd be like wanting to go, and then it don't be like the right time. And then...
Yeah, because it's definitely times I've gone where I'm like, and I'm leaving right out. Like I've literally paid my money to get in the set and turned around and walk right back out. Like there's nothing. But it was given on Friday. Saturday night going into Sunday. But then yesterday I just worked. And that was it. So it was an eventful weekend. It was a lot going on. Oh, I would say what you do, but you was with me the whole time.
Yeah. He just said it like we wasn't together.
You went to the set too.
No, I ain't go to the set.
Hey, bro.
I don't do that. Hi, cousin. Yeah, I don't do the sets because I don't know. I don't like. I
wouldn't do a straight set, honestly.
I definitely wouldn't do a straight set. I don't know about a gay one either.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's been weapons in the gay set as well. I just feel like it's just a little bit less likely for it to go completely left. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about straight sets that I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to those. I think I'm good.
I suppose, child. You know, I'm a savage. I don't get no fuck.
Like I told you yesterday, them days is behind me. I don't.
Because I feel like going to that bar by myself too.
After my last situation and all of that, like I don't have time for the slightest bit of drama. The slightest bit of I can't. So if I feel like something is going to affect my peace, politely decline the invitation.
You ain't wrong, but I can say,
hey, Jacob.
Want no drama. At least not that night.
But certain places you feel like they have the potential to
absolutely
go left, especially in certain areas. So when you said you wanted to go off Titonia, and I've been shot at on Titonia. No, you wasn't with me.
In the Walmart parking lot?
It happened more than once because remember I got robbed and held up at gunpoint.
I got upset at
over
the
there.
Walgreens parking lot.
So at one time it happened on the bus stop on Titonia and Capitol, and the other time it was in the Walgreens parking lot on Titonia and Capitol. Everybody was like, if you don't stay your ass on Titonia and Capitol.
You have a problem with Titonia. I only had that one incident.
No. Just got out the hospital. Oh, babes, I hope you're doing good.
Okay. The horrible sex story that sent you there.
But before we get into those, how was LA? Because you was
I was gonna say
partying it
up
like Coastal. He was just in South Carolina. He's in LA,
Yep.
He's always on the coast.
Traveling miles.
Hello.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and get a travel credit card at this point.
That part.
You had one,
right.
Between you, Berto, and Alex, I don't know why y'all don't have one.
Seriously.
Because
the other day.
I thought I traveled a lot, especially growing up, but no, y'all got me beat by miles.
Well, I will say, like, I was telling Brittany in the car, I just kind of been in the space of like, why not, I guess, or you have the means to do it if it makes sense. And I'm at this place, I think, where I just it's very much why not, and pouring into myself and giving to myself because as I was reflecting, and it's not a bad thing because it's part of who I am too. But I have given a lot to a lot of people, like socially, community, work, friends, everything. And it's great because that's who I am. So it's never a bad thing. But then sometimes you do have to really pour into yourself to be able to do any of that stuff too. And I think
you don't take care of you. Okay, really take care of nobody else.
And I think we talked about this before too. I think the pandemic, really shifted a lot of things. I think it just shifted something in the air and the universe and the wavelengths as well too. And obviously, like traveling, prices and stuff, went down really low at the pandemic, and they're going back up. But I also
ain't down no more.
But I feel like it also awakened something that maybe it was just me of just like, yeah, you can travel. Because I feel like before the pandemic, and also with remote work as well too, since that's more normalized. But I never used to travel as much as I did pre-pandemic, because I just, in my mind, traveling was just something that you might save up for, like for that one trip a year, and then
oh my god,
and then you don't go anymore.
Sorry, I was not expecting to read that.
I read that and it fucked me up. This man said he had a seizure and fucked his shoulder up, dislocated his shoulder.
I'm very, very sorry to hear that, but at least you're out of the hospital, so that must mean they saw fit for you to leave. So I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, and the speedy recovery.
Yes, Lord. I've been seeing a lot of that, but I'm sorry.
No,
and Jacob agrees with you. You have to feel it
in your own cup. Yes,
but like I said, I don't know about y'all, but like I think, and it's also like, because I've been traveling for a while too. Like I definitely was fortunate enough to travel here and there when I was a kid, but it still wasn't like a whole bunch. Like I wasn't a family, didn't come from a family or had a parent that, we would travel every year and go places. Like me and my mom, I could probably count on our hands how many times we might have went somewhere because it was just us. And yeah, some just maybe hit me of like I just need to do this.
I do think you have a point in saying the pandemic did change because I traveled every year. My family always had a family reunion. We always had family trips as my immediate family.
All summer.
So I grew up traveling. I remember my mom telling me too, like, you need to be grateful for this because a lot of people don't travel as kids. I have neighbors who had never even been to the Dells. And I used to go to the Dells every year as a kid. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, people are confined to their houses. But something with the pandemic did change that because I had been traveling before the pandemic. But I will say the pandemic definitely, I've been traveling more since it. Like, taking, like you said, advantage of the flights being cheap. But even now that they're going back up, like, I'm grateful, as I told you in our text, like, I haven't seen my family in Detroit this year because during the family reunion, I was going through that stuff. I was in the hospital and I was like, I would love to see them this year. And it just feels great that I couldn't afford the ticket to go to Detroit to see my family. You know what I'm saying? Because that hasn't always been the case. So just taking advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves is definitely something that has been more rampant during the pandemic, I'd say.
And even flights, now they have, installments payments for flights.
Yeah, I saw that. So, but I don't think I qualify because I still owe Cecil from when we bought them sex toys.
Johnny.
Well, I know they use different.
At first I was going to let you live till you said that from the sex toy.
Yeah, wasn't that February of last year?
Yes.
It's about to be 2 years.
I bought more sex toys then. That's why I'm like, my pupils like, sir, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's say put it like on your
They couldn't put it on nothing. They kept asking for it, and I don't even have that bank account anymore.
I think it should be good. I mean, I think when you check out, because like
I try to do something at Walmart, and I didn't know that stuff. Like they check your credit, like they see your history.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I thought it was
a
free for all.
No, some people get denied before they even like when they sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get denied.
So now I get denied.
Yeah,
like
you're going to.
Yeah, because it's on my record.
So that's on your credit like that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So had I known that, I probably wouldn't have did that. I'm thinking it's a little free for all child.
I wish I would have known. I would have warned you, my dear.
But yeah,
once that gets taken care of or whatever, you can like my flight to North Carolina. Like I bought flights to New Orleans in January. The flight to I bought these flights, but they do it and stuff like afterpays and all that afterpay, all that.
Period.
And so it's like it's nice because I could
certain ones
is not fucking with me either.
It's like I could dish out this $300-$400 right away and pay for, or I could pay $40.
But this is something I just discovered. Speaking of paying for flights, so I have this obsession with Southwest, right? Because that's like my favorite airline. And actually, since the pandemic, before the pandemic, I had only flown once. So like our Houston trip? No, our Houston trip was basically the start of the pandemic.
It was the start.
And then I flew to Atlanta in January of 2020, which was technically my pre-pandemic, but it was still the same year. So before then, I'd only flown to Florida. So definitely been getting on more flights and definitely learning how to book and all the other type of stuff. But I just found out the way Expedia does it, like you could have one airline there and a different airline back, and it makes tries to figure out the best deal basically. Because with Southwest, I was going to pay like $550 to go to Detroit and back, but through Expedia it was like $380. I was like, oh, see, I'm discovering stuff. It's beautiful.
My trip to LA through Expedia, because some of them
they don't charge you on the trip back. Some of them,
you might get it might be not the best flight, but like for example, the initial flight that was supposed to be 5:30 in the morning on Sunday. It was $0. So the flight there was like maybe $2 something, and the other one was like free. There's ways to travel now.
Period.
But with that being said, I think we're going to segue into our topic tonight for our viewers who are watching and who will be listening later on when this goes on streaming is our scary sex stories or whatever you want to call it. Today is Halloween. It is October 31st, and
My
we're
goodness,
gonna try to
this
stay
year.
in theme. So get into it.
Who
Ooh.
wants to go first?
I don't want to go first.
I'll warm y'all up
Okay.
with the smallest penis ever story.
Oh.
So,
Mhm.
I used to dabble in different races and what's not. And shut up, Tom. And there was this sweet young white fellow that I dated. And I went back to his house one day. We were messing around on the bed. First white penis I ever seen. I was very curious. Wasn't sure if we was going to have sex, but I just had to see it, period. Like before the day was over, before I left, I had to see it, right? So I pull it out and I'm looking at it.
Did you play with it while you look at it? Like,
hell no, I ain't play with it. I looked at it. I was sitting there like this, looking at it.
it was a given.
I was trying to figure out if he was like a grower or
That happens.
when I say
Oh wait, that's not much that can grow into.
exactly. And then to make it so bad, he knew his dick was small because this is what he asked me. You not mad? Sir, don't ask me that. Cause I laughed in that man's face. I couldn't stop laughing, y'all. I could not stop. I'm talking tears, snorting. You know how I am. I could not stop laughing.
So how long have you been seeing him?
It wasn't that long. And it wasn't long after that I dated him too much longer either.
So
Couldn't
was
do
he?
it.
So I guess besides his penis, was everything else good and like?
Not really.
I briefly dated a guy with a very small penis. And this was before I had started, before I thought like I might start bottoming. So it didn't matter to me that his
I
penis
bet it
was very
didn't.
little. I was like, oh, great. Because what are you gonna do with it? I don't care if it was big or little. Where's it going? Nowhere. But it was unusually small, and he was black. The smallest
unfortunate.
penis that I've ever seen in my life, and he had everything else going on. It was very, I won't say well off, but financially secure. He was attractive to me. He had a nice body. He stayed working out, stayed in the gym, and everything is just that was extremely
That's
small.
why.
That
That's
was
why.
not the case, dude.
Because, you know,
Well, he couldn't have the whole package,
Yeah.
right? Who does?
Yeah. Like that.
I was too much.
It's like God was funny when he made him because he gave him everything else. Like, so do all of this. And like, we're just gonna make your dick the size. Like, my thumb is bigger than his dick, and I'm not even exaggerating.
So was mine.
Like,
And it was thicker.
he might have had more girth than my thumb, but as far as the length, my thumb is longer.
Well, him and that busted roll of dimes needed to get the fuck away from me. Child. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck he thought I was gonna do with that.
You know, it's funny you say that you start laughing and you couldn't control it because
And I called Marlena like, bitch, why the fuck? Bitch, save me.
I had a situation where I went on a date.
Oh, God.
And I was on a date with at the time I had to be like 24 or 25, and the guy was like a little older than me now, like 33 or something like that. So we were on a date, and he every time I made him laugh, he kept going like this or whatever. So I'm like, okay, maybe his teeth is fucked up and he don't want me to see his teeth or whatever. So I was being like my goofy self, and I made a joke or whatever. When I say he like inhaled and he exhaled to laugh, and his teeth flew out his mouth across the table. And when I say that's when we were at Olive Garden, I could not keep a straight face. I could not keep a straight face. I had to laugh in that man's face, and that's why I was like, it's so funny she did the same thing because I literally
Well,
was.
twins, child. We twins. And I'm trying to figure out, did they fall out on the table?
Yes, they flew across the table like almost on me. I'm like, I'm not touching those, but I'm laughing like.
They ain't fall in the salad.
No, it was nothing on the table but our drinks, so we hadn't even got our salad yet. Like,
Oh my
that
God.
tripped me out. I was like, what the hell?
Did he
This
like
was my
quickly grab it?
The funny
I'm
is
sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No, he did try to he jumped the. I knew it before you said it. I said he had distress.
Wait, tell him about the leg.
Oh, I forgot about him.
You got some.
He got too many stories.
I forgot. So
He love a disabled person.
in the middle of the pandemic, right? In the middle of the pandemic, I went on a date with this guy. He was really cute in his pictures, but there were no pictures of his whole body, just like chest up, right? So I go on a date with him. We went to the lakefront, the summer of 2020, and we're talking, and I keep hearing this jingling sound, and it stops every time we stop. So I'm like, what is going on? So we walk, it's jingle, jingle, jingle. I'm like, what is going on, child? Come to find out, this man had not one, but two metal bars for legs. Two. And I was just like, no shade. I feel like that's something you tell someone before you go on a date with them. Like, hey, I don't got my legs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person, just like I can't lie on a whim. Like, I have to, if I'm finna lie, I have to plan it out. I can't fake a reaction other than the one that you gonna get. So it threw me fucking. But only dating niggas with handicap. That's what's going on. Lord forgive me. So I'm like, yeah, that's something you probably should have gave me a heads up on, because since I didn't know, and when I figured it out, and then I asked him, because I don't got no sense. Do you have a prosthetic leg? Yes, I asked him that, and he showed me his bars for legs. It wasn't even a prosthetic leg; it was two bars. No, it wasn't a fake leg. It was. That's why I was jingling.
I miss my handicap sticker.
Hey. I can't believe I forgot about the leg, child. I probably was so traumatized. I remember texting. Was it you and Lauren? I know I called all of y'all.
I'm in both group texts. I feel like it was both.
Well, Lauren knew, so she must have got it from the group.
For sure.
I know Alex knows too. I just can't remember if I sent it to everybody, but I'm like, bitch, you will never fucking believe what the fuck kind of date I just got on. I have more dating horror stories than sex.
I have more dating ones too. I have a dating one, but you go with yours.
Right, divulge.
I thought I gotta go to the most extreme one because that's really it's the one that has the funniest story. So I talked about this slightly on the last show. So I was in college. I just started, and I was also gonna know if people have stories in the comments and want to type them in, please share them. So this guy, I went on the app, whatever, went to his place. Really close by. I took the 30 right down there, right on Maryland, and the guy just wanted to just suck my dick or whatever, and so I'm like, okay, we can do that, and then he was getting really into it, and then he wanted to do more, and I'm just
I hate that so much, dude.
And I'm assuming
that's true.
I'm assuming that if you want to do more or actually go off the way, you, at least in my head, I'm just thinking you are prepared or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not letting anyone stick anything in me unless I really know or whatever. So he was doing it, or I put it in whatever, and I kind of, I don't know if I noticed anything or whatever, but I'm just like, okay. And then he got on top, and then so he got on top, and he was, I guess, I don't know, he couldn't take it, whatever. But then he got on top. I remember as he got up. So imagine someone was just riding you, and they get up and they get up off of it. And as he got up, a bunch of shit just kind of came out, and it was what? So imagine if you poured up.
Oh my god!
So
it got on you.
It got right on my stomach.
Bitch, my dramatic ass.
And I was like,
oh my god!
And he just got up and walked away. He didn't say anything. I'm thinking so you didn't.
He might not have known he did it. He couldn't have.
Well, it was a lot, and I'm like, so you didn't because it happened. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let me watch. He just walked away and went to the back. And when he walked
This is gonna
away,
leave shit on me. Like, you literally shitted on me.
when
And
he
you just gonna walk away.
it's all bad, yeah.
Oh my
And as he got up and walked away, I just grabbed like his sheet and just did like
Period. Bitch, you gonna shit on me?
You gonna shit on me, nigga?
Your sheets should have had this shit on.
I
What's
did like
wrong with you?
one of those hard wipes, to get it off.
What,
And
is
then-
it runny?
It was like a little like runny, a little like
Lord said, so that's something he just be doing.
and I was just like,
He's
I
smart as shit.
have to go let my roommate in, and I just left. And I just remember I just like ran because I stay like a block away or whatever. I was just running down the street.
Because I'm like,
running
I don't
back
know,
to my
I might
place.
have shower before I leave.
I stayed a block away. I just ran back home, ran to the shower.
That's okay. So that
Yours one.
I feel like as gay men, at some point, if you top, you've gotten some type of shit on your dick
Like,
because
Wait,
that's
not
what
your penis, that's not your stomach.
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Oh.
that would've- because I've gotten it and I'm like, hurry up, let's just go wash it off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Shit happens
I
sometimes.
feel like that's kind of
Expected at some
Exactly.
capacity, like
sticking your dick in the ass.
ass, right?
Right. This
So I
was
mean it
a
as respectfully as possible. What kind of hazards of the job? I mean, it's death gross, but shit.
He said it's
Yeah, it is.
That's exactly what we're saying.
You going there with a hat.
Gotta be a no. My dad just actually told me about somebody that has that fetish with shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is a fetish.
It was
I
a-
won't say nothing about golden showers.
Well, you know what? I normally tell people that's where I draw the line, but the
Yeah.
line was drawn way before
No,
then.
it's people with hoe that would like to eat girls out while they're on their period, or fuck while they're on their period. It's people with all type of fetishes, child.
I heard. I'm cool on that.
Yeah, that you definitely because I ain't got nothing to even compare.
Yeah, it was like a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It was a lot of shitlets on me and
Shitlets.
It was basically like this how it came about. It was like but only piece. Imagine like
Was he fine?
no.
Oh, he wasn't even
Wait,
fine.
wait,
Had a
wait.
nerve to shit on somebody and not fine. Shit fetish, Jesus, man. Yes, it's a thing. It's scat play. Yes,
Yeah, is that what it's called? For?
yes, honey. We talked about that on the show before. Yeah, somebody, I knew it was
I feel
something.
like we heard it before, but
I ain't never
I
wanted
guess.
to eat through blood. I mean, I got my red wings, but you can't eat the red. Like somebody do.
it is. It's lots of straight niggas out here that like that. That's weird, bro.
Ain't really straight.
I mean, I don't think it makes you gay to eat.
I don't think it's
Eat a
gay
pussy.
to eat pussy when it's bleeding, but
Yeah.
that shit nasty.
I don't think it's gay for straight men to get their ass ate. I mean, they G spot is back there.
I don't
So,
even think it's really even about that is one thing, but I think it's also just like, I mean,
I feel like if it's
Say-
with a woman, it can't
yeah,
be called
it's
gay.
your body, and,
Yeah.
that's what,
Gay, but just man butt.
Yeah, because straight men don't know how to wash
Man
their
butt,
ass.
bro.
But
Like, niggas is
The one
nasty,
one
bro.
thing that make me kind of give me gay vibes. I'm sorry, I know this probably closed minded, and I know that I pride myself on being open minded. But a man getting pegged, that's kind of like
Nah,
bruh.
definitely gay.
you might be a little bisexual because you want the dick all the way in your ass past the G spot, and just because it's a woman do it, I don't know if I consider that straight man behavior.
yeah, it might, and I don't know if it's straight, totally straight, but they can still have that obviously hetero relationship, but then they just try everything in, but then it's the point of like I can be anything with my girlfriend in this hetero relationship. That makes sense, because there's some like I watch, and I'm really into it. Is this guy and his wife? They're together. They're, I guess, monogamous. They're not dating anyone, but they bring another guy in, and they are really into like DP, like double penetration with each other, or with like they just do that. And then a lot of time the positions be really like, I guess, homoerotic, and I be into it.
I be into it too. Because actually, the last time I masturbated was to a video with two men on one woman, right? One woman. It was a cisgender woman, and one guy was really into. He was eating a girl out while the other guy was fucking him because he liked to see
Yeah.
the girl getting fucked, and I was just turned on by that.
Same.
But I don't like. Would you? I wouldn't. I don't know if I would consider that person gay, straight. It's really none of my
That's what I'm saying.
business.
Like, I don't think. I don't know if they really, but they like in their relationship in the sense of like they are, I guess, straight or heterosexual, whatever. But when it comes to like, I guess, sex, they might push the boundaries a bit. Because the thing is, like, they're not doing anything with like a guy individually, or if because a lot of times like a gay man or whatever might see that and be like, oh, well, he got to be into, and then when you try to approach them,
They're not going.
No.
I know some situations like that actually, and I gay people are annoying in their own self too, because we do make it harder on ourselves a lot of times with just assuming that people like certain things because of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that going both ways, but
yeah, the guys at the sipping paint, whatever. Like technically, those guys are straight.
Were they not the chef?
No, not the chef. The models.
The models was straight.
They're straight identifying.
Yeah, and the one
Mhm.
They let all of us molest them and they were straight. Well, I know me, but the rest of y'all, it was a lot of niggas with me who was molesting them men.
Yeah, hands down, everything.
Jesus, I mean, it was hands everywhere.
Respectfully, don't be admitting you was molesting people.
We was molesting the fuck out of them.
I
strippers.
wasn't there.
Well, whatever. Goddamn it, I was there. I was married.
I have no recollection of doing anything of the
I
sort.
felt everything. Goddamn it, I got very familiar.
Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what to say after Jamal's story, and I feel like everything else is just not gonna
Right,
go.
like your shit should have went last, man.
But then we're on another round.
Okay, well then you tell the female story. That's close enough.
Well, it's not really a funny story. It's I guess more so just like slightly interesting of the time where the one and only time I've ever tried to have sex with a woman. I was dating someone. I'm not gonna say the time frame because I feel like that would give it away who it was. But obviously before I came out the closet, because I was still dating women, and I've dated several women, so it could be anybody. But anywho, it was time for us to take it to the next level. Mind you, at this point, my extent of sexual activity was getting head from men, so I didn't know nothing about even having intercourse yet with a man, let alone a woman. I wasn't out. I just got head from. Nobody knew I was getting head from men. Not even her. Nobody. So
You didn't tell me shit till after we graduated high school.
So nobody knew that but I still was a virgin in the technical sense. I guess I hadn't had intercourse with anybody. So we were getting ready to do the do, and honestly, ironically enough, I was able to stay erect while she was performing oral sex.
Well,
Kind
I
of
heard
like,
she was good at it.
kind of
Ain't
like
too much of a shot.
kind of like just imagining it was like a guy, closing your eyes or whatever, and like, okay, feel good, whatever. So then it was time to, go for vaginal penetration, and there was an overwhelming smell that took over the room.
That's when you like dropped.
Smelled like petunia,
or.
Yeah, the room started to smell very much so like tilapia sauteed. Okay.
This is when she pulled her panties down.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst when they be like, ooh.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? And and I tried to stick it in still. This how you know that I'm really a nice person at heart, because I know a lot of people would have been like, no, fuck that.
Well, clearly,
I am not
clearly
trying to
I was
say
trying
nothing.
say we nice people.
So I was like, what the fuck in my head? And I'm trying to put it in, like, yeah, trying to keep going. And I'm like,
Even do you have to understand that there's a woman out here who gave you pussy? And she has to say to herself, I think I might have made him gay.
Well, she definitely did it. She definitely did it.
And this is high school.
This is when I was younger. I was definitely of age though.
Of age?
Me and my guys was just talking about fucking through the smell. I couldn't do it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay erect. So it was just like, shoo.
Maybe it's like a light.
He said you called a semen?
That was definitely, yeah, it was a no for me.
Solidify his gayness, child.
A big no for me. But you know, as I get older, I actually am more open to exploring bisexuality within myself. You know, I don't think I've ever been completely like not attracted to women at all. So I think if it was another man involved, I definitely could participate in a threesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of want to get to the point where maybe it's just a woman by herself. I've been thinking about it, but exploring it. I want to know if they're gonna go as crazy as some of the men that I've dated.
Can I watch? That's what I'm trying to find out. Like, is the bitch gonna go crazy too? Because these niggas be going crazy, and I'm just trying to figure it out. I want to know what's happening.
I don't know.
I like girls. I would know that answer too, bro.
Man, I'm just trying to figure out what you be doing other than fucking looking them in their eyes when you're fucking them. What else is you doing?
Right? I don't know. I really don't know.
Listen, when you told me that you looked them deep into their eyes, I was like, nigga, you fuck these people like you love them. What the fuck? You looking them all
But look,
deep in their soul and shit. What's
it's
wrong
not-
with you?
it's
bro?
not every one
Definitely
night
so
stand that I
fucked
have
up.
or every sexual encounter, but there have definitely been people who I've had where all we had was a sexual relationship, or that it was a one night stand where I did have sex with them like that, but that's not the case all the time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not like fucking everybody
Yeah,
like
that's what
making
I thought it
love.
was. I'm like, where is it? Well, see, that's why I need to watch. I need to know what's happening.
But definitely it's been more so people I've dated with the obsession. So I don't think it's just sex. I think it's something else. Maybe I'm just easy to fall in love with and hard to let go.
Well,
But definitely didn't have no more punanti after that.
so what happened when you left that moment?
Well, it happened at my house, so I didn't leave the moment.
How did you get her out of there?
I just couldn't keep it up, and I told her I was nervous. Remember? Did I tell you about it when it happened?
You did.
I said I was nervous. I'm like, I never did this before. So yeah, I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. So it was like, okay.
Fuck somebody else that night. That's what she's good at. Anyway,
Hopefully she watched.
She definitely. If I say too much, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Hopefully she watched.
But she definitely was fucking with somebody else while she was fucking with me, because she ended up doing something to that person while we were supposed to be together that was
and
crazy.
we were supposed to fight at State Fair after that. It was ratchet.
Yes,
It was ratchet.
This podcast get us in so much trouble.
Still get it. Okay, so to my ratchet, next ratchet story. I got my hymen broken by some dude's fingernail, and it was awful.
Did it bleed?
It bled a lot. So my first encounter of penetration.
Did he have long nails?
Yeah. So it's like
Oh!
a major thing for me. Guys cannot have nails if you date me. You have to have booty fingers because I am traumatized from nails. Like, no, for real. So my first time being penetrated or whatever, apparently dude didn't break my hymen. I thought he did. It was my first time. I didn't know. He was the older one. He should have been experienced. Shit, I don't know. So
He did it with his finger?
No, this was the actual penetration with penis.
Oh.
Nothing happened. So we end up breaking up or whatever. Date the next guy. Go to his house. And we didn't sleep together. He just wanted to finger me. Okay, cool. It seemed cool. I'm like, damn, my pussy wet. What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, you didn't know that it was blood?
I didn't know shit. I didn't know that my hymen wasn't broken before then. I didn't know I was bleeding on the way home. You know, nothing.
Is this?
Nah.
Oh.
Ew, no.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's how I lost my virginity, actually. It was from long, nasty Freddy Krueger fingernails. And I shouldn't even say this, but this motherfucker's in my inbox now. And I'm like,
Right, let me see your nails.
Yeah, right. Did you trim them nails down? Them Freddy Krueger nails?
No, I don't care.
We last talked.
I'm thinking hell no, regardless. It's what it's giving.
Once you traumatize somebody that much, it don't really
So
matter.
I know.
Yeah, because that dude that shit on you, he would never have the time of day again.
Yeah, I haven't ate trick
That
cereal.
motherfucker couldn't get it off of me.
Well, we were talking about
That trick
traumatize.
cereal.
Cocoa
Well,
Puffs.
'cause we were talking about what some traumatize you.
Kids, child, I ain't know what was
You know,
going on.
because I was in pre-K and where they gave us tricks, and I remember it hurt my tooth. Like the back of my tooth was a really hard one. I haven't ate trick cereal since.
Yeah, you go through something traumatizing, it'll have you. I forget what
Never
restaurant
ending
it was.
story,
I
bro.
didn't go to for the longest because I got food poisoning there, and I didn't go there for a long time. I can't remember which one it was though. But Rocky Rococo. I got it when I was in 4th grade. I got food poisoning from there. I didn't start going back there until maybe like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, all it takes one time. Same
Yeah.
with, organizations, people out
Yeah.
there, things like reputation.
People that got their own companies give people a bad experience, and then they're not gonna shop with you again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's no bad.
It's no shade, but that experience
Gotta
is
heal.
bad.
You gotta heal.
Yeah,
Ugh,
like that. That's why I don't want to. The people that own our complex.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm trying to think of another story. I do have.
I had a bad date
Scary.
story.
Yeah.
Here's to tell. So, I don't know if you remember the guy that I took to homecoming our junior or senior year, but he was shorter than me. I just want to put that out there because I'm already short.
Why I don't remember you even being there.
Because he was nothing to me.
I don't even remember you being at junior prom.
I wasn't. At
I remember
junior prom,
Whitney.
I said homecoming.
Oh, homecoming. Yeah, I don't
wasn't
remember
at
him.
junior prom.
I
I
remember
was very
him.
much grounded as usual.
Oh, were you? And I wasn't.
Junior prom, yes.
Mm-mm.
Senior prom, no. Junior prom,
She probably didn't want to punish Alex because I'd already asked her. So because I was stayed on punishment. So
Oh well, Crystal doesn't give a fuck about it. So yeah, I took him to homecoming or whatever. We were cool, we were friends, but like I wasn't really into him like that. He asked me out on a date after that, so I was like, I'll give him a shot, right? Something told me to have Marlena with me. Thank the Lord. We went to Olive Garden on Brown Deer.
yes, God. That's the same one I was at when dude's teeth flew out his mouth.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, this is a bad place, child.
I'm
It's a
glad they
bad
shut that
place.
bitch down.
So we get in there, we get seated. This motherfucker is playing music on his phone
In the restaurant?
in the restaurant.
Oh,
Loud
wow,
as a
this.
bitch. As we
Ghetto.
are walking to
To
the table,
Ghetto.
we get to the table. He playing the music at the table.
What?
Me and Marlena sitting there looking at each other like, bitch, what the fuck is going on here? So the waitress finally come and we order.
Don't tell me he couldn't pronounce the menu.
Right.
It was just the most ignorant shit ever. First, he still had the music playing. She had to ask him to cut it off so she could hear his mumbling ass, just for him to not be able to pronounce nothing and just sound ignorant as fuck.
I had a date like that
Can I
too.
get this?
That's embarrassing.
That ain't even the worst part.
That's
The
embarrassing.
nigga couldn't even afford to pay. What the fuck did you ask me out for?
Why are we here?
Even back then, me and Marlena always had money to go out to eat. I didn't need you there for that.
Right.
And you couldn't afford to pay. What the fuck?
Why am I here?
Dude, yeah, that I first of all, I don't like, especially because let me be clear. I've had my time frame in life where I was very ghetto in public places, okay? Where I've acted a fool at a fancy restaurant when I was like 19, 20 years old. But how was you around that age?
No, we was in high school, so we were younger than 19.
Oh, then I probably would have participated in some fuck shit back then.
No. And you know, I love ratchet shit. No.
Back then, though?
No. Listen, I love ratchet shit. You know me back then.
Yeah.
That was not that.
Well, I
That was
can't
not
talk
that.
because I was 21. On my 21st birthday, I went to Olive Garden and I got super drunk and I cussed out the waitress, the old ladies that was sitting across from us. Howard was so embarrassed. She was like, "Yeah, don't invite me to go out to eat with you again." I think it was the time I embarrassed Lauren at Olive Garden back then. Like, I used to be ratchet in public places,
You did,
but that shit is
Let me tell
the
you
biggest turn off now.
let me tell you something. yes, used to be righteous as fuck. Used to get on my motherfucking nerves. But the shit that man did that night, seriously. And and because it's so long ago, I know I'm not even telling y'all all the details. You know what I'm saying? He had you beat.
Well,
I was with you back then. I was able to
It
tolerate.
was worse because it's a date.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not like, you know,
Your friends
who
can
you
get away with
choose to
stuff.
be like, I'm
Yeah.
not coming,
That
but, like,
too. No.
this is someone who you meet for the first time.
I
like-
never dated him
Like,
again.
what?
Yeah. I had a date at that same Olive Garden. Went on the day halfway through. She had to rush home because she had on an ankle
She don't know who.
bracelet.
Wait, I didn't read that. Read it back. I thought you was telling the story.
Went on the day halfway through. She had to rush home because she had on an ankle bracelet. House arrest like a motherfucker.
We gotta have Seth on the show. This motherfucker
Yeah, he got
has
stories.
stories.
Okay.
No, he did.
He most likely still smashed.
I went on a date to that same Olive Garden, child, and this actually was somebody I was dating, right? So me and this particular person, we met while we were out drinking, right? And I feel like the next 3 or 4 times after that, we was drinking together. So this was like our first date where we was like not intoxicated. So we go on a date, and I'm like, this motherfucker is boring, and we don't got shit in common. Like, I'm trying to talk, he quiet. I hate awkward silences. Like, you ever been on the phone with me? You know that I will try to get you off the phone if you're not talking. I don't like sitting on phones with people just to
Breathing.
Yeah.
Thinking, yes.
And I've dated people who like that. I'm like, you ain't talking about nothing. Get off my
Or
line.
talking to people in the background, like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? Did you
not
me
every
for?
time. Like, that happens here and there, right? That happens. But I hate when it's back to back to back to back to back to back. Actually, love you, Alex, but that's a pet peeve of mine being on the phone with her. She always got a lot going on in her background.
I don't like when she called me.
But we talk probably a lot more often.
Yeah.
But so she gonna have to do, and we talk probably a lot longer because we sit on the phone 2 or 3 hours. So she can't just sit and talk to me, and vice versa. But I put her on mute. She don't be knowing when I be having stuff going on. She be talking. I be like, yeah, can I get 20 on 4? She'll do it right in my ear. But no, this date with this guy, it was like, have y'all ever been on a date where you just realized like you thought somebody was attractive, but y'all don't have nothing in common? Like, it's a disconnect with the personality. And it was so dry and cringy. I actually would rather be on a date with that guy who teeth flew across the table. Because at least I was making him laugh and we had good conversation. And he gave me a good laugh and a good story to tell.
No, he did when the teeth flew out. Jesus Lord.
No. Oh, no, I forgot probably the funniest part. He laughed. He left after that.
Like right away.
Yeah. No, not like pretty much. Like,
He was embarrassed as hell.
I
Or did he grab him
laughed.
and go?
He said he was going to the bathroom and he left.
He's next Washington your shit. Remember the episode of 101 when the bitch was screaming about meat and cows and shit, and he was like, I'm going to the bathroom. Looked that way and ran the other.
So,
Yeah.
When did you realize he left?
No, you sitting there like, damn. So then I got up. Mind you, I already ordered, and I love Olive Garden, so I'm like,
Lord Jesus.
let me go check the bathroom. I went to check the bathroom. Nobody was there. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker laughed. My teeth didn't fly out my mouth. What the fuck you mad at me for?
Did you hear
I
from
think
him?
he was embarrassed at
No.
himself.
I wasn't gonna hit him up again after that anyway. Cause why are you 33 and your teeth falling out your mouth? I got concerns.
Damn, you 33 with dentures?
He was 33 years old,
He's
girl.
lying
What
about
the
his
fuck
age.
was you doing with your teeth that you have dentures at 33?
Does he lie
Shut
about
up.
his age, or you think he was really?
He didn't
Never
look
been
like
to
he
a
was. If he
dentist
lied,
day
he
in his
didn't.
life.
He looked like around the realm of 33. He didn't look like in his 40s.
Yeah, unless
That's
he got,
concerning as fuck.
unless
It's
he
like-
like.
Well, I know somebody else that lost their teeth from a car accident.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
something.
from a car accident, though.
But that's something that person told me. Like, literally, when I first met them, it was like,
See?
I'm getting this fixed. This is from a car accident. Blah, blah,
Because
blah.
I sure would tell it real quick. Nigga, I'm snagging tooth because of this car accident, motherfucker.
It's like me when I go there, so I'm like, I'm positive. I told the guy that yesterday. Like, I'm telling you, I'm telling you what you need to know
Right.
on the first date, or if not before. But you can't have no legs and just you digging hard. Stop it. Is somebody blocked? We blocked somebody.
Blocked? I don't know.
That's a
Who?
secret
Which one
user.
of us got
I feel
blocked?
like that
Got
was
him blocked.
for me.
Alex.
That's Alex?
Allie knew.
Alex.
Alex who?
Who?
Blanche.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Oh, your cousin. Okay.
Yeah, I know I don't got him blocked.
No, it's Facebook.
Oh.
That means he's from.
Dudes on a date with Papa. Tell Papa to get
He
some
might have
fix
just
again.
looked
Goddamn
good
it.
for his age or something, but yeah, he be out here laughing and teeth flying out. But yeah, child, he laughed at me like I did something to him. But
He was probably, you can do that embarrassment
I
now.
don't think it helped that I was laughing so hard. Like,
You know,
dude,
us laughing.
girl, why
Us
my
laughing,
cousin?
It never helps matters. That's why you block me. Like us laughing, it never helps shit. Like
Why
you
my
always laughing.
dude? No, for real. Especially when we're not supposed to, that makes it funnier. So my cousin Hermel tagged me in the status like I'm one of the people she can't sit next to at a funeral because, bitch, first of all, if you at a funeral, do not get up and sing if you can't
I
sing.
tagged you in Baby Doll in that same
Do
status.
not do that to me.
Because I was like, I can't sit next to neither one of you. Like it.
Look, that funeral, Lou Warren's funeral, Leah was trying to look at me. I would not look at her.
And see, that's why I ain't go inside. That was one of the main reasons I stood outside the funeral because I knew if I went inside with him and his sister, we was gonna start laughing.
We always find a reason to laugh
And
at a
I did not
funeral.
want to get in trouble.
I'm gonna stand in the back.
Exactly. I was like, I will wait outside.
But you know, since this is unrelated, but since he died, I didn't even attend his funeral the whole time. You know this. I don't care for funerals. I'll go because I don't want to like not go, but I'm not sitting in the pews the whole time. Like definitely when Don was like, let's go outside and drink, like say less.
Immediately, right.
Say it less.
Usually take like breaks and go outside or something.
But see, that was my first time doing it. And I'm like, I like this kind of vibe because I'm
Hey,
not overly
cousin.
emotional, you know. Hey, Deidre, we got to get you on next time.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm not a funeral person. I'm not sitting there no more. And now that I'm grown too, because who gonna check me? I'm not sitting there the whole time. Because why I gotta sit and be sad for an hour and a half? No, ma'am.
I literally have no horror dating stories or sex, so I am a bystander.
that
That one was the craziest one. I really
that was crazy enough to equal up to everything that we had going on.
Bad date story too.
What happened on another day?
Just reliving these, giving me PTSD. First of all. So it's Valentine's Day.
Mm-mm.
Picture it, Sicily. No. So I'm dating the dude I was dating right before Doug, right? Totally in love, right?
The stocky one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just knew Valentine's Day is about to be on and cracking, right? He
No,
texts
ma'am.
me like, baby, we going out. Be ready, be dressed. Woo woo. So y'all know me. You know, I'm like, oh, be dressed. Nigga, it's February. I have on a fucking strapless halter top shirt, nigga, with these cute little jeans and like these open toe heels and shit. I'm like, oh, we about to do some shit tonight, right? I just described y'all my outfit. Y'all wanna know where we went?
It better not be no McDonald's.
Applebee.
Bitch, we went ice skating
Oh.
in that outfit.
You
You couldn't tell me, baby, dress warm or something like you. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to tell me where we was going, but like
he was young, still trying to figure it out. He didn't know. You give him a pass.
but if you dating a bitch who can't even roller skate,
He didn't have his. He was still trying. He was still
That's
trying
so
to figure it
nice.
out.
that's so nice. So
I like him.
That's so nice.
I'm
So
biased.
look, we get home after that, right?
Mhm.
To his house. And I'm like,
Okay, hold you up
Good.
to it.
so I'm like,
The
okay,
fine horse. Oh, somebody probably want to contribute. Anything that went bad during your sex
anything that went
or
bad,
a
sex,
date.
dating.
anything.
Shit.
Child.
If you got a bad breakup horror story, hell, tell that too.
Deidre.
Don't hold back. You heard her?
Deidre. Listen. And if we have this, my cousin.
Afterwards, definitely during.
Yeah, I start getting drunk during the funeral as of 2020.
He
I
said
was
he
a
gonna
sled.
So we get back to the house. I'm doing this strip tease. I'm like, I'm gonna still salvage the night. I am in the
After you
splits.
de-thaw.
I am in the splits.
Don't tell me
Twerking.
that.
Bye. I look back. This motherfucker is texting on his phone. I'm like, nigga. And back then, I'm real flexible, so I'm doing all kind of shit. I'm like, are you really texting right now?
Flavor of Love
So
episode.
I stopped. I'm like, nope, that's it. It's
Do
a
you
wrap.
know that would have pissed me? My biggest pet peeve is being on a date with anyone, whether we established or it's our first date, and they're on their phone.
It was a wrap.
That
I
would
put a
have
leg behind my head, all type of shit, bro. It's
intimate,
done.
and you want to fucking
It's
be on your
done,
phone.
bro. It's done.
No, have you ever been cat? Yes, I've been cat. My first.
Absolutely been catfish.
Now I got a story.
Oh shit! You tell yours first.
So another college story. These are some wild times. So I was staying on Downer.
I think you told this story.
Across the street from UWM, and this guy, I was on the app again. So I didn't discover the dating apps until I was like in my 20s in college. I had a coworker who told me about Grindr, and once they told me about
I
that,
discovered them late too.
it was like the world was open. I was just like,
Yeah.
I can't believe
I was
this.
like, "Ooh."
This has been happening. Like you can access people.
All I knew about was interactive mail before that.
Yeah, like
No pictures.
and this guy wanted to suck my dick. He was gonna pick me
Shit.
up. And even when he sent the picture, like I knew he was a little bit older, but he didn't look that bad.
Uh-huh.
And then he picked me up, and I got in the car. And, I sit and I look. And, he's just like, and,
What's up, Joe?
and he seemed a lot older. Was really unattractive, like just kind of like Skeletor kind of vibe. And he had a wig on, a visible wig.
Oh, not a wig. Was he white?
No, he was like Hispanic, and
So he getting his Uncle Clifford on?
but it wasn't like that type of wig. It was like
Like a toupee?
it wasn't even that. It was just like a wig, like a granny wig, like a wig you wear.
What?
You wear it to like the store or something, cause so it wasn't a laid lace wig. It wasn't a toupee. It was just a very average kind of like mullet.
It was giving like
Wig.
Tyler Perry.
a mullet wig, basically like a Joe Dirt type of wig.
Oh,
But
not
Joe
Dirt.
Dirt. Child.
Short, party in the back.
He could have left that wig.
And so I'm trying to be. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to go through it.
See, we too nice.
So we
honey.
went to the park, and he was doing it, but I could not get hard. I'm just like,
Looking at that wig.
Yeah, I was-
Going back and forth.
right. I want to say I was about to say he had dentures, but I don't think. Maybe I was just.
Oh, well, you said he wasn't young.
Yeah, and then I always say I'm just like, I have to stop. I have to go let my roommate. That's always my excuse. My roommates are locked out. I made him drive me back. And
Lord.
yeah, so that was.
See,
that was fun.
I may be a little bit more better than you because I got catfish and the motherfucker tried to flip it on me. He was about 78 years old using a pig from 1957. They gonna tell me you bigger than your pig. Wait, cousin, you told me about this when we went down when I was down there.
She said you look like Frederick Douglass.
I remember her telling me this
God.
when I was in Texas that he said something. She bigger. Cause he mad. That dude's like some old person to say, well, you bigger than your bitch.
Tell him if he wasn't ready to give up that Social Security, he ain't had nothing in there.
But I had
Shit.
my first situation with a guy ever was catfish. I used Blink. It was this guy that I was talking to.
Switchy.
Oh, I remember Blink.
Yes. It was this guy that I was
Got
talking
my
to.
ass, too.
Wait, have you dead catfish? Like the face matches the pic, but when it's time, the odor shuts it down. I've never had that problem. But it was this guy. He had a pic. He only had like 1 or 2 pictures, and this is hell. I gained a little weight.
It look good to me,
Not you
cousin.
said bigger though.
It
Shit.
look good to me, baby.
Yeah, he don't know thick is in now. Okay.
Definitely Blink.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had a Blink page or whatever, and it was a guy on there. He had like 1 or 2 pictures, and I didn't really know what catfishing was because this was like the inception of online dating. It's like we didn't know what that stuff was. I was 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. When I say I told this guy to meet me in my alley, I didn't want to give him the exact address of where I stayed. So I had him meet me in the alley. Mind you, I'm 14. He knew at my age. He said he was a child too. He was not a child.
So he said, I'm a child too.
No, he was like, I'm 15. So he was not a child. When I say as the men got closer, I started realizing he wasn't the same tone as the person in the picture. Like he was dark skinned, this dude was light skinned. This before I had a type. So the dude in the picture was light skinned. That's why you have to have your regular page, then your gay page. The alley,
I was
yes.
straight, man.
So he came up to me, child. When I say cousin, that's probably the closest I got to somebody older, but I knew I wasn't interested as he was walking forward. He was a dwarf size. Nothing against short people. I've dated him, but he was a dwarf, really short, had a messed up beard, just matted, nasty. When he said hi, and I saw his teeth,
Just came out
his teeth, the sun ain't got nothing on his teeth. They were that yellow and brown. I was like, oh. And when I say I didn't even say hi back, I said my mama calling me. I gotta go. And I turned around.
Back then.
Yeah, my mama calling me. He probably was like, I don't hear nothing. I was like, no, she trust me. She is calling me. Not an alley cat. Definitely with alley cat.
Listen,
I was.
that was smart though, because the guy that I met off of Blink and had come over to my house. First of all, he had a twin, so I don't know if like his pictures was like of his twin or what, because what I saw online was not matching what was in front of me. Granted,
But they must have been paternal twins, because they identical. They should look alike.
Maybe between not having a haircut and them teeth alone, they did not look alike.
What's up with the teeth? With people having this confidence to just come up to you with fucked up teeth, like you not gonna say nothing.
I don't know, but I wore braces for 18 months. You're not finna come to me with no fucked up ass teeth, bro. Like I'm not going for that. I'm not.
No, see,
And I couldn't get him out my house.
Messed up teeth. It depends.
It does depend, because Doug had a big ass gap. I didn't give a fuck about that, but his was like little pointy razors all around his mouth.
Yeah, the Nick Kearns. He had the Nick
Yeah.
Kearns. Not the Nick Kearns.
Like if he try to bite me or something, like I'm just gonna die. From
Shout out to
rabies
Nick Kern. I
and
hope he
shit.
never watched this show. Not the alley. I've been catfished by a 65-year-old white male playing a 26-year-old black guy. Made me cry.
like a movie.
Why do people think
White people, we want to be black so bad.
why do they think that they're gonna get away with that bullshit?
Because we're gonna have to see each other at some point.
But look, since then, I was a little bit ahead of the curve with the catfish stuff. I'm like, send me a picture holding up a sign.
No, fuck that.
You
I
know,
don't
with
really
your
like
name
online
on it
dating
or
at all.
something.
Goddamn man.
Or I will say, when it's happened moving forward, I've been in the car and I'm keeping driving. That ain't who I saw in the picture. So goodbye.
Do you say goodbye or do you just skirt off?
I had a guy that literally lived around the corner from where I'm at now. I don't know if he still live over there, but he was down off of like 33rd and Wells, huh? He wanted to meet me outside. He was walking towards the car. This probably would get me in trouble, but I was using my company van at the time. In the company van. I don't work there no more, so whatever. And I rolled by and I was like, oh, that's him, but that's not him. You can tell that picture was heavily edited and filters. I was like, yeah. Why he hit me up on the app like, so you just gonna ride past me?
Hell yes.
I never responded.
No.
Yes, I am.
Worse.
Oh, shit.
A couple weekends ago, right?
Oh, no, it just happened.
Just happened. I'm at Portman's, right? I'm drunk as a bitch.
Oh, that was that weekend. You had fun.
Oh, yeah, I had fun that weekend, right? It was this girl in there. Beer goggles. She was cool. She looked good as a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
She was all right.
I got catfish on the chat line before. I think we all have, Drew.
Until I woke up in the morning and I started thinking about how she looked again. And I realized that her teeth was fucked up. So she calls me, right? No, she texts me first. And she was like, what up? I looked and I'm like, nope. I remember how your teeth look. It's sad. So I never responded. She called me back a few hours later and she was like, I called you. And I was like, who is this? She was like, I called you, baby. I'm like, well, that's good for you. And she hung up. And I was like, all right, and blocked your ass. Like,
did I speaking of that, why that happened to me with a girl too? Didn't I tell y'all about this recently? I got that girl number, but I said I got this girl number by telling her that I told her I was gay, but she was still interested.
Oh, wait, you did tell me
and
that.
I told her I had just moved to Milwaukee from Chicago.
Bitches be thirsty.
And I was like,
just like niggas.
yeah, she was on it. She was like, I don't give a fuck. And she was definitely still on that. She was trying to hang with me the next day. I'm like, girl, I was just drunk and doing something.
Like, baby, I was drunk. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Her
Sorry,
name Red.
Jessica.
Her name is still in my phone to this day. And she
Where'd
was
you
a
meet her?
ghetto bitch too.
Where'd you meet her?
At the gas
At the gas
station.
station?
The BP on 27th and what is that, Lisbon? I met
Oh,
her up
I
in there.
definitely wouldn't know nobody never from that gas station, bro.
I puked outside over there once.
You what?
I puked
Well,
out
I
there.
think she's selling pussy around there. I'm good.
It's not just bitches. I don't know why people don't think
It
niggas
is.
ain't out here
Oh,
selling dick.
definitely. Don't they call it boy pussy?
But they sell dick and pussy.
Oh,
I'm
well,
saying.
shit. Pussy is
Boy
pussy. Whether
pussy.
boy pussy or girl pussy.
Pussy.
They out there selling
But
something.
this
But this is
T.S. Madison called her pussy.
well, shit. T.S. Madison get a pass.
Oh, well.
Well, I
that's
mean,
my
she
bad.
is transgender, so
She
she
cut her
she's
dick off, though.
paid.
She got a big dick.
she do. You know how long it took me to
That shit
actually go
weird
and
to
found
see.
her dick? But I did not
looked it
want
up
to.
right away.
I didn't want to see it for the long. I'm like, this gonna
I
change my
did.
perception.
I wanted to see it because she kept, I got a big dick. Like, she kept saying that shit. So I'm like,
And
bitch,
she does.
where is it?
But you know, I knew about her from her porn first. Like I don't know how.
I knew about her from her cooking shows, both
The gas station boys sell whatever, and soon that, including that dirt they call weed, they
Right.
sell whatever.
I hate when a weed man come up to me at the gas station. Bro, I got at least 16 of them. I don't need you. I
And
don't
but
trust
then
you,
the other
bro.
thing about them when they be trying to sell weed is like, look at you. You
That
clearly
too.
ain't making no money off
Right.
of this.
I think
Like,
about
get the
that
fuck
too.
out
Where
of
are
my.
you getting
I
this
don't even
from?
smoke weed, not be offended. If I
Or-
did, I wouldn't buy it from you, nigga.
Or when they try to play you, like, bro, I've sold this shit. You're not finna play me like I don't know how much it costs and all.
Have
that
you ever
shit,
had
how
somebody
much
try to
it weighs,
sell you
everything.
shake?
Yes, I don't mind shake,
It has to
but
be a
if I'm
decent
gonna
amount.
get shake, it gotta be from motherfuckers that I know because I
Mm.
know it's gonna be good. I would never get shake from just my first time buying from somebody or some shit though.
Yeah,
And then you need to tell me up front too, because I don't mind it.
but don't
you
try to
need to
sneak that
warn
in
me.
there like
Yeah, warn me.
you
though.
find out a shake
Because
later.
it just mean I ain't gotta break the shit down. That's
Right.
fine, but tell me first.
Mhm.
Tell me first.
But I know a lot of people that don't
shit.
like being sold shake.
Because I used to run big
It
packs. So you're not
depends.
gonna treat me like I'm some dumb ass bitch that don't know what the fuck she doing. Because if I want to move some weight, bang. I
Yeah.
got it.
Word card, just yeah, back.
But back to sex. I don't want to get locked up talking too much.
Everything we say on the show, we make up. Everything. None of this
Right,
shit is
it's
true.
all alleged.
It's not even alleged.
Allegedly.
It's all fake. We just making everything up. It's just for entertainment purposes only. Everything is allowed in this show.
Especially this one.
Exactly. In particular, everything that come out of my mouth is a goddamn lie. It never happened.
$60. That's all she had when she was gone all night. She was a cheapo.
Oh, sorry to your friend, cousin, but touche.
Cheapo.
Oh, no,
For
no.
real.
Now look, to be honest, I don't judge sex workers, but get the money.
Get the money right.
Get the
Get
money.
the money.
'Cause I
Tell
can't
her
say-
if she needs some pointers, I can call my cousin and she can let her know what's up. Because my
Hello?
cousin gets to the bag. If you gonna sell some pussy,
Hello?
right? Goddamn it, like for real.
See, I can't lie and say I've never sold anything. My body. But $60,
Yeah, no, 60.
I had to get my rent paid back in when I was like 24 or 25.
I did do something strange for it.
So what if somebody want to like give y'all oral for $60?
That
You
dress
can-
was way more than $60.
You can give
though.
me oral for $60. You're not fucking me for $60 though, because I get the play. I don't know.
I don't
It
remember how much
depends
I
on the-
asked him for, but I know it was more than 60 because it was
I don't know.
a brand name dress.
See, that's kind of low.
Kind of low. That's
$60. I don't know. It depends on how attractive I find you, and if it's just
Like I
Look,
heard
I was-
you
a little yang yang yang.
you got an hour. I'm gonna come over in an hour. I got 60 on me.
I can pay you $60 to suck your dick. I probably would if I was into it. I don't know. But if you talking about fucking me and stuff like that, then no $60. Because who said that? Mm-mm. That ain't gonna work. Like I said, broke niggas don't deserve no coochie. Okay.
Period.
Cause like I said, when I was doing it, it was to specifically pay my rent. So just had to. My rent was only $500 at the time, but still, that's crazy to say the way rent set up now.
Right.
And that was only in 2015. So it's only 7 years ago. Inflation is a motherfucker.
I don't knock nobody, but just get paid what the fuck you weigh.
Yeah. I just feel like if you're going to do it, get a bag.
Right.
Don't do it and these niggas playing in your face. You know what I'm saying? And because to me, to be honest, whether you doing it when it's called considered prostitution, everybody fucking wants something in return. If we're being completely honest, whether you in a relationship and you get bags, shoes, purses, or you get loved on the way you want to be loved on, like, you want something in return for sex. So right. So I don't see why that something can't be money if you don't want it. If you want it.
I used to know a bitch. we used to go out Sunday through Sunday all the time. And
oh, now I know who you're talking about.
No, not her. The other one.
The one that worked at the place. Mm-hmm. That you just went to. Yeah.
So we used to go out all the time, and I swear to God, this was back when Textures was open, cracking, all that. And every time we was in there, either her dress would come up or her breast would come down. Like it was one or the other. So we was constantly always adjusting her clothes in the club or whatever. So one night I left them bitches early because I was like, you know what? I'm tired of babysitting. This bitch don't want to keep her titties in her dress. I'm not finna keep fighting these grown ass straight niggas. Like, no. So I left. Apparently, she found somebody to mess with who was like a known married man.
I think I do remember this when it happened.
Got his dick wet and only bought that bitch Burger King. And then after that, stopped fucking with her, and she got her ass beat by his wife.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot about this.
I'm about to get some rallies out here.
So I don't know what about that story just reminded me of this. Some part I was like, oh, I remember something. I probably told you about it. I know I told you about it, but you probably don't remember. But David was at my house once, so David would know this story because this is why I stopped fucking with Trey. So I had some Trey over. This was some Trey who liked to suck dick or whatever.
Okay, Trey.
And he used to like for me to spit on him when he was doing it. So I was used to on his face and everything. He's just like call him a bitch, slap him, all of this other type of stuff. And he would wear like different color panties and stuff like that. So he was, into some.
Wow, Trey. Okay.
But he was very much so male presenting in the streets. Like you wouldn't think that he was into all of this stuff or whatever. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the power assertion, of course.
Who would?
But this one particular day he started doing it and I spit on him and he got up. He was like, "Who told you to spit on me?" And I'm like, "This is what we always do." I'm so confused. So I'm like, "Okay, my bad." And he's like, "You know what, bro? No, just fuck it." And he pulled a gun out on me. Now, mind you, at the time, I thought that the gun was real. So I turned around and started running. Bitch, when I say this was at my house on 79th. So I don't know if you've ever been in my basement because we were in the basement because David was over. So we didn't go to the room or to the living room. We were in the basement. So I ran up the stairs. He chased me. David was up. David was asleep. So this all woke him up. Yes, all of this woke him up. So he chased me up the stairs. There was a basement door. And he put the gun through the door, and I slammed the door on his hand. That made him drop the gun. Then I started beating his ass down the stairs. And then when I beat him ass out of there, he's like, okay. So then I had him by his hair, and I dragged him up the stairs. And this is the part where David, I was like, "Get the fuck out of my house." So I'm grabbing him by his hair. Mind you, his gun downstairs, right? So I drag him by his hair, throw him out the house, and he turned around with another gun and shoot the door.
So that one was
Wait, so he had more than one?
Yes.
Okay.
Mind you, come to find out when the police got there, I called the police. They were both air pressure BB guns. Okay. So they weren't real guns, but air pressure BB guns can do a lot of damage. They look real. Yes. So
but you're still a lame for carrying those anyway, like it's real.
Exactly. So what did I just click into?
Some shit.
He freaked out. Like, was that part of the role that he was?
I don't know, but it threw me off. And I was like, but the funny part was when I called the police, because I only do this name by his street name, right? I only do this man by the street name. I called the police. They was like, "What are we supposed to do with this?" They said, "Maybe don't invite people who you name you don't know." I was like, "Bitch."
You ain't never went. home with some girl.
Came at your life.
They did.
Shit in Milwaukee.
I mean, I get it, but the same was just like, so you ain't never went home with a stranger before,
Right? Like, not the first person but the thing is, he wasn't a stranger to me. I just didn't know his real name, but I have seen him and have been with him multiple times. So I'm like, he wasn't a stranger, but I guess she did have a point. Maybe I should know his damn name just so I could do something.
Why I'm scared to get flued out.
Yeah, I know somebody that as a part of our friend group that did get flown out, and I was, girl, turn your location on so I know where you at all times.
That's exactly why I'm afraid of it.
But yeah, I don't want to get flued out
You
either.
told me that story. That was
In Milwaukee,
here, you know
and
what I
that's why that is literally why I stopped fucking with Trey. I'm like, yeah, I'm done, because then, like a year later, I forget his name, but he was prominent in the gay community. He died. Trey shot him.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was like right before George Floyd died, and yeah,
Wow.
he lost his life for that. So
Yeah, that internalized homophobia.
probably.
Damn near.
But I was like,
That's
I'm
weird
done
how
with
he
Trey.
just like freaked out like that. So that's.
And you know what? I should have known, because I like when I thought about it, he was like, one of the times when I was, spitting on him or whatever the case, I was like, is it too much? Like, he's like, no. He was like, you bigger than me, so it's not like you can't make me do it. So I'm like, that's interesting. You said that the time before you end up trying to do something, like, you threatened that I'm bigger than you. So, like, what are you trying? I don't know. It just was like, maybe it was a little foreshadowing there, like that he wanted to. I don't know what he wanted, but he got his ass up by my house.
Well, you did the right thing. You survived.
Charlie is definitely.
Survival mode.
What part you on? You must be. We stopped talking about funerals 30 minutes ago.
No, you just said somebody in the gay community.
Oh, I forget his name. I wasn't close to him, but a lot of people around me were. I want to say it started with an M, but he died right before George Floyd died. I cannot think of the boy's name. He was a dark-skinned guy. He might have been on drugs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Drugs will make you flip, because when I dated the other white dude I dated, I didn't know he was like sniffing coke or whatever, but he used to flip out on me all the fucking time.
I didn't. I find that out and come back and tell you,
were the
because
one
he
who
was
had to
cool
tell
with
me.
somebody else I knew.
Yes, and y'all were at that house party together. He had to tell me. I didn't know shit. All I know about is weed, bro.
Because I be smoking weed.
Listen,
Shout out to
every time
Berto.
I would be high, he would call me and like just flip out. And I'm like, my high ass, I'm like, bro, I'm too high for this. What is the problem? Like, I'm gonna have to call you back. So eventually we broke up, but motherfuckers on drugs will flip out of nowhere for nothing, and it don't make no.
Some people on alcohol flip for nothing. So people that have chemical imbalances, you never know what can make a person flip. Some people flip without the influence of a drug.
I don't want to talk about that.
What, alcohol flipping people out?
You know how the beginning of some things for me happened. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, it seems like we almost done talking entity way.
Yes.
Show look like the end of the show coming up. Child.
Yes, this is a very, very entertaining. Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in and sharing some of y'all stories and all that. Of course,
We had good views today.
Yeah, if you watch this later, you can definitely still comment on it. We'll check it out. All your crazy or scary or Halloween themed sex stories. I don't know if anybody ever did anything in a costume. That was one of the questions I was going to ask.
No, and I have no
costume
desire.
Specifically, not necessarily, but I have been waiting to. But lots of like.
Thank you,
lingerie.
cousin. You into role play?
I am.
I'm not gonna say I'm not. It just hasn't happened. But I'm very.
I'm not into it. I haven't done it, but I know I'm not into it. I know I'm gonna feel weird and corny. Thank you. We appreciate it, cousin.
I think if I was like drunk or something, like sometimes you do like silly stuff when you're drunk, and like maybe somebody would be like, "How about they'll put on, this mask or something?" And
I can't picture
or
it.
nurse outfit. Or
Come kick me. I'm the naughty little schoolboy.
Because it might. I can see how it might seem, but then how the same way you wrestle and like you kind of get turned on. Like so, if you playing with your person or partner, you really might get turned on and just stick something in.
I don't know. I'm not completely opposed to it, but I don't know if I could get into role play. I'm not a great actor.
I love foreplay, role play.
Foreplay is I could kiss for hours and hours.
Choke me, slag me.
If you slap me, I'm slapping your ass the fuck back. The fuck.
Yeah, and I would say like more recently, like because person I'm seeing now, I don't want to say their name because I don't know if they're okay with like sharing these things. But yeah, I've been introduced to more like kind of I guess maybe more intense or aggressive stuff that I thought I'd be into. So maybe like the spitting in the mouth. And,
Yeah.
Ooh,
I can get into
Lord,
that.
he's so fine.
and
He can
that
do whatever
that threw me
he
off,
Get into
but
that.
it's very much that like I don't care.
We got Jamal exploring all kind of shit that fine.
I don't care what else he get Jamal to explore. He got that man to get an iPhone. So
Listen,
I am forever grateful for this man.
I'm so happy one of my friends listened to me because when he walked into the bar, I specifically said to Jamal, that man is fine. One of us got to get him.
I was
And
thinking
that's
them
what
costumes
happens.
go send you into a heat stroke.
Well, you think
I
how
It
the,
depends on what you're doing in that costume.
well, you think how the furries doing? They being home.
Oh yeah, I forgot about furries.
They been home.
Who are furries?
You don't remember that? The people who would dress up in the animal costumes and fuck each other?
Mm-mm.
Child, it was real popular when we was in high school, I want to say.
Two girls, one cup time.
Why I want to make a farm like that? Don't say that out loud no more. Because I got some concerns, and he already big. I will rib his big ass.
You want to be a farm owner.
He is the farm.
You know,
Stop. Cut my mic. I'm done. Get a lot of that. A lot of.
Oh, I vaguely remember that, and I thought that they were weird.
Exactly. And that's why it's weird your brother want a whole farm of that. Tell that man to stop. Ouch. No, he needs to quit
Be nice.
it.
See, stuff like that make me wonder, are you into bestiality? Like, would you fuck a rabbit? Like, I don't know.
They can't, so they pretend to be one.
I don't know. Certain stuff, the way my mind works, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing. Like, I couldn't keep a straight face for role playing. Your officer arrest me. Like, what?
Listen, on a
What?
real drunk night,
Yeah.
you forget all that.
Mm-mm.
But on that, or it might be like some. On that note, it's been great. It's another episode of Horizontal Refreshments. Once again, the wettest podcast around.
Bloop, bloop.
And again, I'm Jamal P.
Ma P.
I am Donnie, Don, Akeem, whichever you prefer.
And since you mentioned Blink, I am Caramel Fantasy.
Oh, period.
And we will see you next time.
Deuce.